Hello friends, thank you for subscribing and being a part of my channel Rhythms Riddle. Today I'm going to go on a run and show you through the hills, and hopefully it will be more positive than that last run that I did where I was just complaining. But today it's a very auspicious day, beautiful afternoon, and so I came here to this park. And so I'm going to be going through the trails here and jogging, and a lot of hills, a lot of mountains up here, so they'll slow me down. But you'll see, stick around because you get to see some great views. I'm going to be on top of this park has a few significant buttes. It's actually called Stevens Creek Park, County Park, and here in California. The county is not Stevens Creek. The county is in Santa Clara County. One of the most superficial, convoluted places on earth, but it's also beautiful. There are people who are awake and thriving and creative too, and not everyone is or whatever. So I come here to run. I'm going to be starting my run in just a minute. I appreciate all the support. My subscriber level so I basically sit in a billabong year after year, but slowly, with a lot of effort, it has gone up like inch by inch. That's about it. I never get I never get 2 subscribers at once. Never. It's like one at a time, one new subscriber every month, or even every 2 or 3 months maybe. It's very strange, but at least the subscribers who have stuck around, most of you I've met personally, and that means a lot to me too. So you've stuck around, and I thank you for that. And I always hope to hear from you. So show your support. Tell me what you think. I have so many diverse videos out there in all kinds of categories. You've got to browse my playlists to avail yourself of all that I'm offering to you for free on this free channel. And keep in mind, YouTube's showing ads to me. I try to keep it free, and they show ads anyways. And it's like, I don't make a dime. So give me a break here. It's still a free channel, because they just try to show one leader ad or something from 5-second thing you can skip. That's pretty cool. So stick around for this run. It's going to be burly and grueling because of the hills, and it's just rained a lot, so we're going to get to see some cool views. I'll try to show you all the tenderly winding trails that go on out here, and point those out to you, because this is actually I wouldn't call it my favorite park in the area or something, but it's definitely a place I'm very fond of, and I have great memories here, coming here as a child with the YMCA for camps and stuff like that, day camp and so forth. And of course, 10 years ago and whatnot, I used to practice my guitar out in this park all the time. Find one of their picnic benches, and it was awesome. And so many long seasons I spent practicing my techniques to bring you where I'm at today, and the type of work I'm producing today for you, which I'm very happy about. I feel like I've come a long way and succeeded in adding my own personality into the history of the guitar. Which is what we always hope as flamencos. That's what flamenco is all about. Learning to compose our own songs and falsettos. I still have a long way to go, but I'm very pleased with my touch on the guitar and what I've achieved. And I'm way overdue for a new album for all of you, but I'm really glad I waited 10 years so I can have absolutely new content for all of you. And my next album will be far more exciting than my previous 3 albums. My last album, far more exciting. Lullabies. Lullabies is a good album. You should check it out. It's on Spotify, iTunes. I think even Amazon has it. You can buy it there. Lullabies by Tom's Gauntlet. 2 T's at the end of Gauntlet with my name. Not 1 T, like the video game. This is hardly even the hill. These are just the knolls. I'll hit the hill in a couple minutes here. So, and then the album before that, El Abrazo, you can only basically buy from me. It's not available elsewhere, but it's good. It's a good one. It's almost as good as Lullabies. And in fact, in some ways, it's better than the album after it, simply because it's got I'm backed up by flamenco percussion, the cajon, box drum, which is from Peru and was incorporated into the tradition of flamenco. So it was all recorded live, all in single cuts. Well, so was Lullabies, except Lullabies was in a studio. So with El Abrazo, you get whole live renditions. I took the best 12 songs from 50 or so, or 60 recordings I did over a season with my percussionist at the time, Willie Garza. And it's peppy, it's great, but it's also recorded live in wineries and restaurants. And so it's really got a bootleg sound that doesn't compare to Lullabies, to the nice of a good studio. And then, of course, my first album, well, it's nothing. It's nothing. But it was fun. But it's pretty bad. But in other ways, it's not bad. For a very first solo album, here's the hill. The hill's starting now. Goes up here a long way. It's about a 3 or 4 mile run. It's gonna take a little longer, like I said. The hills slow me down. So it's an amazing world out there. It's very scary what's happening in the world at the moment too. And I don't have a news channel, and I'm not jumping up and down on tops of cars protesting. But if I have done that, you can be assured I've been blocked and shadow banned anyways. So I've given talks. Essentially, nobody's listening. Nobody's responding. And that's permanently. Like I complained in my last talk, permanently. I used to have 430 videos, but now I'm just erasing them wholesale to be gone to all of history. A lot of them I consider really good. Some of them I have changed my mind, but other work, just some of my best, or like for instance my talks, I said, given fascinating talks. You think I'd have on every talk I've given like a handful of comments, and that on exceptional talks they'd be dogpiled with comments. It's only the biggest rigging of the algorithm that's able to prevent that, because all 400 videos, not a comment at the end of the month. Nothing. Not on any of them. Really? Not even one comment on one of my old videos? No. Not even one comment once a month, when I ought to be getting dozens of comments every day on every video that I shared. So the marginalization is a kind of a technocratic mockery. The technocrats at Google and YouTube, they hate me. They hate libertarians. They should be engaging with deep dialogue with libertarians, not just hating them and banning them. Libertarians are the necessary, they fulfill the necessary role, and more than that, they have something in common with both the red and the blue. And so libertarians are always welcoming of open dialogue, but the technocratic mockery of me by taking the best of who I am and forcing it algorithmically to seem like it's so mundane and so ho-hum that not even the several dozen subscribers who I've been able to interest and attract to my channel enough to subscribe will even change their disposition from that technocratic appearance, which is sort of forced. It's forced upon me. And I know it's forced because I don't get a single comment on all 400 videos. Month to month to month to month, going on years. Not a single comment on any of the videos. So clearly it's just a rigging. It's a shadow ban. Like I complained in the last one, I tried to commit myself this time just to be positive. I hope I have, because I'm barely even halfway up. But when I get to the top and then cross over Coyote Ridge and get to the buttes, there's some splendid, marvelous views, which you probably won't be able to appreciate, because the one thing the iPhone cannot do is see long distance. It's a great camera for podcasts, even for music, but the limitations are seen when you try to look at the details of clouds totally missing, or even like huge landmarks on faraway hills will be absolutely invisible. But that's fair. To do that, it would have to have a huge telephoto lens to be able to see, take in broad vistas for 20 or 30 miles, or even 3 miles, but it can't do that. But I think you'll appreciate the view nonetheless when I get there. So as I was saying, please go to my playlists and avail yourself of the best of what I have, and let's try and forgive YouTube for showing ads. I'm not showing ads. I don't make a dime with new subscribers or on any of the ads they show. Even to me, they'll show me ads to watch my own stuff. It's revolting because other channels can set it to be free, and I try to do that. And other channels, even with having millions of views, they're still free and without ads. And that they prohibit that for my channel. They prohibit me to set my content for free. It's revolting. It's revolting. They get enough ads on all the other people who are monetized with YouTube. Partners. Plenty of ads. They don't need to stunt my channel by scaring people away with ads. Like it's a 1-minute poem, and yet they try to show an ad before the front of it, and it's educational. It's revolting. clearly. It's ideological censorship, which is essentially the most naive and adolescent kind of behavior of these engineers. They're very specialized and talented within their fields of coding or regulation, but at heart there's no full education, so they're, without ever having had a broad, deep and meaningful education, they're still adolescents, and that shows in their policies. Oh, shit. Sorry about that. Now I got snot all over my face. Which, okay. Anyway, I'm almost there. I'm about 5 minutes from the first ridge. And it's a cool ridge, the Coyote Ridge Trail. But I'm telling you, these are steep, steep hills. Even the phone doesn't capture that. If you look at something steep, I mean, take a photograph or video on these phones, the actual 3 dimensions is reduced, and so it's deceptive, the appearance. Something won't look steep. I've taken pictures of like incredibly steep hill up here with a tree at the bottom of it, and it just looks like a trail. It doesn't even look like it's going downhill. They're weird cameras. So I'll announce when I've got my new album out. I'm really excited about where I've come, and I'm glad that I've waited so long to develop all my work. Like I was saying, practicing out in nature, and there were occasions where, here's one of the forks. There's so many forks and winding trails up here that might not look steep to you, but that's a pretty steep grade. It's about 35 degrees, something like that. It's pretty steep going down. Yeah, the photograph I took was way over there, if you can see it. The second climb in the distance, the smaller trail, it was just after that. You probably can't see the tree from this video. So, beautiful day out here at Stevens Creek Park. Mount Diablo has a bunch of snow up there. Maybe you'll be able to, I don't know if you'll be able to see the snow up at Mount Hamilton where Lick Observatory is, but in just a couple minutes I'll be able to shine the camera that way and hope to give you a chance. But since I'm filming, I won't be able to see how far. Well, maybe I can try if I go backwards, film it behind me. I might be able to see if you can catch the view on this camera. It's going to be worth it. So if you're finding this talk boring, I assure you this is one of my most boring ho-hum talks, and I've got far more exciting stuff on my playlist called SHIRExTalks. And on SHIRExTalks, yeah, you can't really see the snow over there on top of these ridges. It's just too far away for that detail. But yeah, almost all the talks on SHIRExTalks have got some innovative things, I say, but especially you might want to check out it's called Epiphanies of a Gold Medal Rambler, and that's exactly what it is. It's like a 40-minute talk or more, and they're epiphanies. They're true epiphanies. And if rambling were in the Olympics, I would be a gold medal for that video. And also another one I published called The Philosopher's Phone. And it's a very meaningful pun, if you think about it, with what the phone is now, with the automatic podcast, anywhere, portable podcast, portable video for anybody in the world. This is an absolute revolution. YouTube, it's a renaissance. Well, it was until the Google buyout. It's here my last run where I'm complaining most of the way, but it's a good talk. So you'll hear that for more details on that. But YouTube was at the very foundation, had a business model of a renaissance of education and information. And since the Google buyout, that has been squelched. And one of the main thrusts of that program to squelch is search results. Instead of on any topic, you used to be able to get 100 or 200 pages of search results on YouTube for basically any query. And then the paid for stuff showed up at the front, but you could skip to the back if you wanted to see what was being marginalized. But that's gone away. Now all you see over and over and over is the stuff that's been paid for on every page. And they might throw in a few other things, and then after like 4 or 5 pages, they'll tell you, and the search results, man. Why are you still poking around for stuff? Haven't we given you enough? You're being snoopy. Are you trying to find stuff that we don't want you to see? Like that position. It's totally snide, and it's the byproduct of general staff at YouTube and Google who are specialized, highly specialized, but for the very most part, absolutely uneducated, and therefore adolescent. And these policies are proof of that. It's proof of the adolescent naivete and petty psychology of all of the big tech staff all over this infested valley that I live in. Like I said, where there are a handful of good people here and there, but, well, everyone's essentially good, but people are led to act ruthlessly and spinelessly. Like all the subscribers I've met from Silicon Valley, not a single comment ever from any of them It's like, well, really? That's a pretty, that shows that even though I've been able to inspire them to my channel, right? Like, man, not a single comment. It's like, talk about sidetracked and misled. Let's see, I'm trying to get you to see that. The mountains way out there with the snow. It's in view. I think you can just barely see it. To my eyes, it stands out enormously. I don't think the phone can tell the difference between a cloud and a snow patch. It's really pretty poor for filming things far away. So I think I'll just film here through the half of the way. I've just got about another half a mile to go. I'll be up. Within that, I'll show you 2 nice vista points or buttes in this earthquake country, and mixed oak scrubland. And there are so many winding peripheral trails up in this park. It's really beautiful because there's a lot of secret little spots that even regulars who are up here all the time don't know about. Like, I've been coming up here for, like I said, for years. I used to hike up with my guitar and play on fence posts or find a bench somewhere. And even just about a week or 2 weeks ago, I took a different trail I hadn't ever taken. And I was really surprised by what I found. So, very cool park. Again, thanks for sticking with me. I know people have excuses why they don't comment ever, right? They're too busy, of course, you know, like we all are. We're drowning in the circumstances of our lives, but also we're busy helping the people around us and working for the people in our lives. And at the end of the day, if there's no more energy left out of that to show appreciation for my work or show delight for the things I'm sharing for you for free on this free channel, I guess that's fair. That's still fair. And I appreciate the perfunctory alms deed of you subscribing. I guess that's a small token of appreciation, but makes no sense that all the subscribers would be mute all the time. That doesn't make sense. And all 400 videos don't even get a single comment on any of them from month to month to month. That's a little confusing and misleading. It's a great rig. You got to give me a break when I wigged out and start discussing this idea in that last run I made, because it makes no sense outside of the only thing that would do that. Like, even if I was unpopular, I'd be getting a few comments from the small crew I have. I need to tie my shoe here a minute. I'd be getting, you know, even if I had the most mediocre stuff, there's some people that just will appreciate almost anything. For me, nothing, right? It's a naive attack upon me for being a libertarian, having having opinions that the big tech doesn't agree with. And so they mute me, they censor me, they fake all the statistics, they debar comments. That's the only thing that could do that. Every other channel on YouTube, it's anything they're doing, whether it's music or talk shows or anything, or reading other people's stories, sharing with you, doing literary reviews, anything. There's always about 10% of the viewers on any video which are liking and commenting. Maybe a little lower for the comments, but it's always something around there. Like that to actually debar it, that I don't even have 1/2 and 1/trillionth of 1% of comments. I get nothing, never, on anything that's that I've done, anything from the past. Never do I get a comment on any of my past videos. I've had stuff going back for years, never a comment. Not on one of them, not from month to month, the years will pass. Not a single comment on any of it. And they're easy to access in my playlists. It's rigged. It's false. And so I have absolutely justifiable reason to speak about these things and try to work through it. And the fact that even YouTube is censoring those videos all the more, where I talk like this and try to work through it, it just shows how absolutely threatened they feel by people discussing opinions that they don't agree with. That's a very adolescent, naive marking of the big tech, especially YouTube, Google. Very naive. They're petty. They're basically little babies, adolescent little kids quibbling. And there's really no broad education, broad understanding, broad respect for dissent. And that free speech, by being free, it regulates itself. When you go too far, the people around you will call you to task. Here's the first butte. So very adolescent form of quibbling, these big tech. And their policies, their overall policies, are reflected of the general staff. So let's see if you can catch this view. It is marvelous, the snow-capped hills, but I suspect you weren't really able to see them on this phone. Hope you got a little bit of a glimpse. The next hill is even higher. I gotta run up about another couple hundred feet. There's several hilltop miradors in this park, which allows horses and bicycles and pedestrians. Very mixed use kind of place. And here's the glimpse of what I like to do. I like to run in the mountains. I got bit by a rattlesnake about a year or two ago. It's crazy. I thought it was a wasp. I didn't see what bit me. And it wasn't a place. I didn't see a snake. It wasn't a place that looked like a snake would be hiding. Also, I never heard the rattle. But so I thought it was a wasp. I could see on my ankle one dot, but it hurt way more than a wasp. Hurt a lot. It was totally unique. But it wasn't until I got home and really looked in the back of my leg that I could see there were two holes, not just one, and they were exactly the distance apart, about like 3/4 of an inch apart, like a rattlesnake. And it hurt different than a wasp. Also, wasps' stings will swell a lot. This didn't swell. And yet, I didn't feel any effect of the poison. I was running in motion. And I think that kept it from being able to release much of its venom. So I got lucky, because I just kept running like up a big hill like this. So it's the last butte. This might very well also be the end of my YouTube channel. I'm tired of bringing my best to all of you and being ignored. If that's what you're all going to do, well, I might as well erase all my good work permanently, so it's gone for all of history, so nobody in history ever can access all these great videos that I did. And I'll just erase it, erase the evidence off of from the world, because screw history. If the whole world today, all my contemporaries and peers and elders and students and friends are all gonna act like just ho-hum and mercilessly ambivalent to all of the best that I'm bringing you, and mercilessly ambivalent to the value, to history that I'm creating, if you don't care at all, well, obviously you're just warmongers. This whole subscriber base, they're warmongers. They're torturing me with their silence, and I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm done being tortured with your silence. So I'll just erase everything. That's what I'm going to do. I've already started wholesale erasing of lots of my videos. There's a lot of them that I'm just so reluctant to erase, even though they don't, have more than, most of them don't have hardly even 100 views or whatnot. They're barely even there, and then most of them don't even have like even 10 likes. Not even 10 likes. Most of them don't even have like 5 likes, on all these videos, and not even a comment on like 98% of all my videos. Not even a comment of joy or surprise or appreciation. Nothing. It's too much. It's too much. It's not worth it. it's sacrificing my well-being so all of history can benefit, and Google can make a bunch of money showing ads to all of you and leaving me out in the cold where I don't make a dime, and my channel is forbidden from having any organic growth ever. So clearly it's the end. It's the end of YouTube. The renaissance of YouTube is long gone.